Welcome to a special episode of the Central Pennsylvania Music Podcast, featuring the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame Youth Music Showcase, including the top 18 and under acts.
Hello and welcome to the 2025 Youth Music Showcase at Millersville University, brought to you by the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. I'm your host, Daniel.
And I'm your co-host, Alan. You'll be seeing us talk to a bunch of talented youth artists that are here to perform, so stay tuned, see what they've got to say, and you can hear all about their journeys and their path. And we are here at Millersville University at the 2025 Youth Music Showcase, and we are here speaking with Juliet. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I understand you were very, very busy since the last time we talked to you.
Yes, just a little bit. I've gone to LA. I did some recording of some songs, and I started shooting a music video, which is super exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Music videos are always fun.
Yeah, it's my first real professional music video, so it was great. I'm going back in early March to finish shooting it with the other actors and everything, so it'll be so fun. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
all right.
Super fun. Yep.
You just released an album too, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I released it over the summer. Yeah, it's called Dream, and it was my debut album. I recorded it. I wrote it all by myself, and I recorded and produced it all in my bedroom. So it was a super fun.
That's really cool.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, it was a super fun process. It was cool to be able to have control over it, and I just really wanted to get something out there. That was before I met my manager and started working with other producers. So. Yeah. I just wanted to get something out there. I was like, why not? So, yeah, it's 16 songs, and it was a really fun process. And after releasing that, that's how I got discovered by my manager, and now I'm recording an EP with actual producers and other songwriters. So it's been cool to see the difference between
I'm sure.
the two processes are totally opposite. So it's been cool.
That is really cool. Is the music video for a song off the album or the upcoming EP?
The EP, yes.
Okay.
So the first single from the EP, it's called Cold to the Core, and it's going to be released in April. So I'm super excited. The music videos for that, and then I'm thinking June or July I want to release the full EP. It's 5 songs, and yeah.
Are you gonna trickle release up until that full release date, maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah. What I might do is just the 1, and then release all 5 together, and I might do some little snippets on TikTok and stuff like that.
Smart,
release little teasers of the songs, but I probably won't fully release all of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You definitely got your game plan going here. So is there anything past the EP then? You have any plans going past that that you can talk about?
Yes.
You got a manager and everything. I don't want to step on contract.
Not getting anybody in trouble.
No, we're good. Yeah. I've already finished writing an album, so 12 songs plus 5 for the deluxe, so 17 altogether. So, so I'm starting to record the demos for it in my room, just so that when I get with the musicians and stuff, they know what they want to do. So I've started recording the demos, and as soon as we're done with all of the releasing and promotion of the EP, I want to get into the studio. I'm going to record the album.
Wow. That's super cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you have quite a pipeline build up right now for stuff, so that's amazing. Do you have any plans on touring here in the future? Can people go see you live somewhere soon?
Yeah, I do a lot of performances locally. On March 8th, I'm going to be at Gift Horse Brewing, where was our last meeting. I'm going to be doing a 3-hour set there, and then I'm going to do some stuff in LA. I'm gonna do an acoustic show on Newport Beach, and the Hollywood City Walk is doing a music festival over the summer, and then some stuff in Nashville, the Bluebird Cafe, Commodore Grill. Yeah.
Dude, you're hitting all of the major crucial points. That's dude, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been really fun. I just sort of have a list of all the places I want to play, and I'm trying to work through it, and I still have obviously a lot more work to do and a lot of goals to hit, but it's been fun to get to do all this.
Well, that's awesome. I got 2 final questions for you. One, where can people find your music?
So my social media is juliet.l7, and it's JULIET L7. So that's all of my social medias, and then on Spotify, it's just Juliet. So if you look up Dream by Juliet, you should see my album coming out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What song can we expect for you today?
I'm going to be singing a new song. It's called My Fairweather Boy, and I'm going to be singing and playing that on the guitar. It's super fun. I wrote it 3 weeks ago, and I was sort of thinking about a situation where, you know, those people who are there for like the good times and maybe not so much for the hard stuff. And I was thinking about it, and I had the phrase "fair weather friend" in my head. That, like, you know, everyone like says that phrase, and so I decided to make it my fair weather boy, and it's really fun. Yeah.
I like it. I mean, it honestly sounds like a really good like indie movie title.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it would do really good at like Sundance or festival or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect title.
Thank you.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
it's fun. Yep.
Well, Juliet, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you
and
for
coming to talk to
having
us.
me.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
it's always a pleasure. I can't wait. Yeah.
Get out of here. You stop it. You stop it. But we're looking forward to
Yes.
seeing you play My Fair Weather Boy.
Thank you.
You're very
Yes,
welcome.
thank you so much.
You're
Thanks
very
for
welcome.
having me.
Of course.
Thanks again.
Thank you. We are here with Lucy Trout. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You are a singer-songwriter from Central PA. Thank you for your time. So you're here today to perform what song?
I'm performing my song Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's sort of like a love letter to Pennsylvania, I guess, like as a state. Just sort of appreciating the scenery and like as a whole. It's very upbeat, and I wrote it about a year and a half ago. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so tell me about your musical journey. How did it all start? Where did it all start?
Well, I've been singing since I was about 3 years old, ever since I could talk. I love to sing, and I've been doing musicals for the past few years, and just last year I kind of started focusing on writing and playing guitar and piano, and I really love it so much. It's like my favorite thing to do ever.
That's awesome.
That's exactly the way passion should be. So don't lose that. Just hold on to that as long as you can, or as tight as you can.
Yes. So with your musical journey, we were talking a little bit before. You said you've been working on some other music as well with this.
Yeah, so I have 3 songs that I like to perform. I do open mics and that kind of thing pretty regularly, like maybe like every 2 weeks or so.
Awesome.
And I will perform covers or my songs, and my 3 songs are Pennsylvania, Leave Them All Behind, and My World Doesn't Revolve Around You. So those are my big songs
like
right
that
now.
Yeah. Little more like stick it to them. Like,
Yeah.
I like the world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah. So those are like I've been kind of more doing covers recently because as I said, I love to sing, and I like to challenge my voice and sort of like show off my vocals as much as I can, because it's the most fun part of what I like to do.
Oh, 100%. What's your favorite cover?
I'm a Swiftie.
Okay.
So like Taylor Swift, Gracie Abrams, those are my inspirations, sort of.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're going to be performing Pennsylvania today.
Yes.
So any future plans come up? Any plans of recording Pennsylvania? Any plans of, I mean, I know you're doing it at home. Any
Yeah.
plans of going to like a studio or anything?
I really want to start like collaborating with others to write songs. And I want to record them at some point, and sort of I'm waiting until I can sort of like close this chapter of my life, and then till I can release an album or EP, because I kind of want to do it all at once.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's
That-
awesome.
dude,
You have a
that's
plan, and that's the most important part, you know?
And how old are you, if I could ask?
I'm 15.
Dude, you got a great job going right now. You got the passion. You like challenging yourself. You're already doing the open mics. That's a great way to get experience, not have stage fright whenever bigger opportunities come. So I think you're doing it right. I think you're doing a great job right now. Just keep doing what you're doing, keeping your head down, keep your nose to the grindstone.
Yep.
I expect to see you here probably next year and hear a whole bunch of other tales of all the musical journeys you've done. So it was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, ma'am. Anything from you?
That's it.
Should I say my Spotify?
I was just gonna
Yes.
say, I was literally just gonna come back to that and be like, actually, where can we find your music?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have performance videos on Instagram, Lucy Trout Official, and I'm on YouTube, Lucy Trout, and I have a Spotify with 3 covers, just a small cover album recorded in like an hour and a half with my music teacher. Like,
Hey.
you know, So that's on Spotify under Lucy Trout.
Well, Lucy, again,
Yes.
thank you so much for taking the time to come and speak with us. I look forward to hearing your song Pennsylvania today at the
Thank you
showcase.
so much for
You're
having
very
me.
welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, and we are here with Lucy Hood and all of her friends. I'm going to say that because I know you guys are the supporting band right now and everything, but I know we're primarily here to talk to you, and I know you're here to perform a song called Control Freak. Please take it away. Tell us all about it. Tell us about your music career. Tell us about everything.
Yeah. So I've been writing music like literally as long as I can remember since I was like 5 is probably since I started writing this. The song I'm playing today, Control Freak, I wrote when I was 12 or 13, right? Like around there. So yeah, it's not. It has a very special place in my heart in the sense that it was the first one that I like that it got polished, that I recorded with my dad, and that I like we finished it.
Okay.
So like we had started recording other things that I had written before, but this is the first one that like, you know, got to the point that it did. So that's pretty cool. But yeah.
I would say it's very, very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the band a little bit more. So this is your guys' first time performing together, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how did this all come together?
Mitch.
Mitch?
Literally just Mitch.
And the father walked on the set. In case for anyone out of camera is wondering.
So
He picked us up from the orphanage and just threw us in the band.
But now I'm taking Lucy as my own. I'm adopting her. We've already got the adoption papers and everything. And
They
I'm
were
like,
for
Illinois
Illinois.
adults
though,
I'm like
so
3 months
it's not
older than
like-
her.
wonderful. So who all is playing what today?
I am playing bass and it is very fun.
Okay.
That's right. I'm on drums.
I'm rhythm guitar.
I am. Thank you. I'm vocals.
Cam, what was that like handoff with the mic?
Thank
I don't
you.
know.
So we're obviously very excited to hear Control Freak. Outside of that, what else do you have going? Do you have anything else coming up? Any kind of music projects you guys trying to maybe make this more of like a permanent setup here, possibly?
I
mean,
would love to.
I would love this to be permanent because it's really fun playing live. Maybe like she can write all the songs and I can just leech off her. So that'd be awesome.
You're the first person I would kick out of my band. I'm just letting you know.
Rehearsals are very chaotic and hilarious.
But hey, if the dynamic works, the dynamic works. I'm not gonna poo-poo on anyone's creative process.
Yes.
So,
During our break, we started singing karaoke, and
Yeah.
we forced Cam into it.
hey,
Yeah.
that's awesome though. I mean, karaoke can be great practice.
Yeah.
California girls are full volume.
Yeah. I've wanted to be doing something like this for a long time. Like I've always hoped that if I ever pursued a career of music, which I've always wanted to do, I've always wanted people to do it with that I actually enjoy. And so I don't know, I'm really happy that this ended up coming together. And I hope that it can last
Absolutely.
for as long as it can.
No, I mean, and honestly, it seems like you guys have a good chemistry. It seems like you have a good dynamic, and that's very important when it comes to being in a band because nothing can deteriorate band progress more than inter-band problems and everything. So you definitely want to surround yourself with the right people. So you definitely have the right mindset with that, and I'm sure your dad can tell you that as well. I'm sure he's had plenty of experience with that, knowing
He vents,
surround himself with the right
he
people.
complains.
And shows off a lot
You
too.
do know that you're putting
Does.
your father on blast, just out to the entire world.
He's fine.
Don't worry, Mitch. We do love you. We're just being turds. It's fine. It's okay.
We're little turds.
Oh my God.
Performing as a band together, like how much were you guys practicing together to get to this point today? Just once?
One time.
One rehearsal, but
very
it was
quick
it was
answer.
epic.
We
It
had
was like 2
one
hours.
group rehearsal,
Uh-huh.
but we had multiple weeks of like listening to the track and playing on our own until like it was a lot. It was a lot.
Well, it
Like,
certainly
my
sounds-
sister got sick
The-
of hearing me play
one
the
time-
song.
I
The
feel
one-
bad
oh,
for my.
sorry. The one time that we practiced together was the first time that we all formally met each other.
Oh,
It
wow.
was so incredibly chaotic.
It was very fast. Like, you came together very quickly.
It was also on Super Bowl Sunday, so we had
That's
that going
true.
on too.
Oh my
It was really
goodness.
fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just randomly.
I love this
it
guy.
was really fun.
It was really fun though.
Well, I mean, you guys have to be pretty talented if you all just got together one time and just meshed it together, and we're going to
Absolutely.
be performing today. So that's awesome. Hats off to you guys, seriously.
Reminds me, Lucy, how was that cookie you didn't get?
What? Huh?
Mitch stole your cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the cookies.
It's fine. It was great. It was a good cookie.
She bet on the wrong team.
It was a good cookie.
So, can we hear any of your music online anywhere?
Not yet.
Okay.
We are working on releasing Control Freak. That's
Okay.
probably going to be the first one that is released. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I have, and Kim, you've written some
Yeah, I
stuff
write
that's
stuff
very
too.
cool.
Dude,
And
Cam's
yeah,
music is amazing.
it's so cool.
Praise me more.
yeah. We'll just keep inflating your ego. That's gonna go well.
So there's a lot of different things that I think could come together and be really awesome. So
So you got a lot of momentum going, a lot of potential here. That's awesome. I look forward to seeing everything that you're going to do here, and I honestly very much so look forward to seeing Control Freak perform today. So thank you guys for taking the time and coming to speak with us.
Yes.
So
Thanks for having us.
hey, not a problem. And then until next time, I'm sure there's going to be a next time, especially with your dad. I'm sure there's going to be a next time. So until
Yes.
then, guys.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
for your time. We're here with Izzy Butters. Izzy, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, we appreciate you being here. Today, you are going to be doing a live performance. You're doing a cover of Radiohead by Creep. Is that correct?
Creep by Radiohead.
Oh, my God.
It's okay. It's
I love that song and that band. So, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Everyone
I'm
knows
a little
what we're talking
dyslexic.
about.
Yeah, we know what we're saying. Yeah, professionals. So, great song choice. Love
Thank
that.
you.
Of course. So, are you doing outside of this? Do you do your own music as well, or just covers right now? Or?
Yeah, no, I play live shows all the time. I'm with the Uptown Music Collective, so I play the shows that we do with them, and then I also play gigs like in and around Williamsport, which is the town that I live in.
Okay.
And just at like local restaurants and bars, I just play me and my guitar.
Nice.
Hey, I love it. Sometimes that's the best relationship you can have. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
it's it's therapy as well. But I also read you are nominated for Best Youth Music Artist this year, right?
Yeah, I did get nominated for
That's
that.
very cool. How does that make you
Thank you.
feel?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm super excited for the award ceremony. I've never done anything like that before.
It's a lot of fun.
It
We-
is.
Yeah.
We've been. It's literally exactly like the Grammys. Like
Is
it is.
it?
It is big. It is. Yeah. Everyone's dressed to the nine.
I know. I
Yeah.
saw
It's a
that.
fun time for
Yeah,
sure. So
yeah.
I'm excited for you for your first time. That's
Yeah,
gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So what made you pick Creep?
I've always loved that song. Well, actually, there's an alumni from the music school that I go to, the Uptown Music Collective,
Mhm.
and he plays guitar, and so he started playing guitar for this girl named Bryn Cartelli,
Okay.
and she was on The Voice, I think. I think she like won The Voice or something
Oh,
like
wow.
really high. Yeah. And he played, and she did a cover of it, and she just sings it like the octave up, and she does it a little bit differently. But I just thought it was so beautiful, and now I just play. It's pretty similar to her version,
Okay.
but like a little bit.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you hear
Yeah.
someone else that did a different version, you're like, oh man, like I wonder if I can even do that. And then you find out, yes, you can do that. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, now I need to show other people that I can do it this way too. I 100% understand that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So what else do you got coming up past the CPMAs? You got any big gigs that you want to talk about? Any?
I have a gig. Well, I usually play every week, so it's
Okay.
it's kind of hard to keep track.
I
of
understood.
what I
You're like,
play
it's
and
actually
when.
like not a big deal when I
Yeah.
play because I'm always gigging.
Yeah,
Okay.
but,
All right. Very cool.
But for Uptown, I have a show March 15th.
Okay.
It's called like a 90s mixtape. So it's like
Oh.
it's like Oasis, No Doubt. I'm trying to think who else.
I love it
All
Two
already.
that
great
stuff,
names
like
already.
Yeah,
Cream
two
of
great names
Life.
already.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is
Yeah.
it Wonderwall by Oasis?
Yeah.
Of course.
You
it
can't-
is.
you
You
can't
can't
not be that one.
Why would you pick any other
I didn't
song
know they
by
had any
Oasis?
other songs. So,
That's awesome, though. That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
so what has your journey been like as a musician? When did you start getting into music? And
I started with the collective when I was 9.
wow. Okay.
And I was in what they call a community performance group, a CPG, and they group you into mini bands inside the collective. And so
Okay.
I was in a Motown band from the time that
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like 10, 11, 12. I was in that band. And then I auditioned to be in the special performance group, which is where we play at a local theater in our town in Williamsport, the Community Arts Center, and it holds about like 2,200 people, and we usually do 4 shows a year there, big shows that we put on. And yeah, so I've been just doing this performing since I was 9, and then a couple years ago I started to take it like independent of the collective. We bought my own equipment, like amps and speakers that I use and like all my own stuff so that I could go. And we just reached out to like local bars, just like places that like if we like knew the owners or like or people knew like who I was from uptown, and we just reached out to them and we were like, hey, like, can I play here? Can I can play a 2-hour set. Like, can I just like come and play?
That's
and I
awesome.
just do
Wow,
covers.
yeah.
Networking is key. And also, I will say the fact that you were involved in a Motown group, that's awesome because Motown has, in my opinion, I think has one of the biggest influences, especially on modern music.
Yeah.
You can always find roots of Motown in anything. So
Yeah.
Motown, the fact that
R&B,
you have
yeah.
that experience, and everything, that's going to help you tremendously moving forward as well, already having that experience. I will
Yeah.
say that.
Certainly.
Well, Izzy, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah,
I look
nice
forward to
meeting you
hearing your
too.
rendition of Creep.
Thank
Yep.
you.
And I look forward to seeing you at the CPMAs as well.
And I'm sorry, real quick. Is there anywhere we can find your music out there?
I'm on like everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all just Izzy Butters Music, so it's easy. You just search it anywhere. And
Wonderful.
That's such a
Where you
trendy
find
name.
me.
I love it. I love it. That's
Thank
so
you.
it's so good.
yeah.
You're very welcome. Well,
Simple.
thank you so much for all of your
Yeah,
time, ma'am.
thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, it was
Pleasure
nice
meeting you, man.
Pleasure meeting you.
guys. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. You could have left him hanging.
Yeah, you could.
We are here with Penny Shaw. Thank you so much for coming out, first of all.
Thank you.
And today you are going to be...
Just get them both out of the way at the
Yeah,
beginning.
there we go. So today you're going to be doing a live performance of Sweet Child of Mine.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a little bit more about you and your music career.
So I started when I was 7, and my mom, she was like, you know, we should just put you in singing lessons. I always hear you singing. So she put me in singing lessons, and then we decided to start piano for a little bit.
Smart.
And then I quit piano and did singing for a little bit, and then I quit singing and then did piano for a little bit, and now I'm just singing and piano. So
Hey,
and
that's
now I do
awesome,
musicals.
though.
Yeah.
Piano is like the foundation for others. If you can understand piano, then you inherently start understanding music theory then. So that's perfect. So good job, Mom. So I also see that you're going to be performing Sweet Child of Mine. What made you pick that choice?
So my mom, just thank you for everything to my mom.
Kid of the Year right here. Dude, best interviewee ever.
She was like, you know what song should we do for Thon Factor? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she was like, well, why don't we do like a kind of rock pop song? And I was like, okay. So we decided to start to listen to like some No Doubt and Sweet Child of Mine. And she was like, you know what, Sweet Child of Mine is a really good choice. So we decided to start doing Sweet Child of Mine, and then that was kind of it.
That's awesome. So what made you want to start? Because I saw on there as well, you kind of do want to start getting more into like the rock, pop.
Yeah.
What draws you to that genre?
Just, I don't know. It's just, I just love rock so much. I mean, definitely not like I'm a huge Metallica fan.
Yeah.
But I do like No Doubt and all these like rock kind of pop girls, I guess. So.
That absolutely. And I mean, it's that you're seeing a lot of big surge in that as well. And I think, you know, rightfully so. There was you had like your staples, like you said, like No Doubt, like Pink and stuff like that. Avril
Paramore.
Lavigne, Paramore. Well, I think Paramore was really the one that kind of like really laid the foundation for like, hey, you can be like a female in a band and you can do what the other guys
And
are
the
doing.
rock, yeah, but like a different kind of rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome, dude. I'm all for it. I mean, I don't even know why I like rock music either, but I just do. So it's okay. You're not alone. It's just the best. So what? After we do this, then after you're done here at the Youth Music Showcase, what are your plans moving forward? What are your goals? What are your achievements that you're trying to take on?
I would say I just really want to start writing music and then start like posting it online and stuff, and maybe do a lot of covers and stuff like that.
I think
Audition for more musicals.
Okay, very good. Yeah, because I did see you did musicals as well. So tell us about that.
So I started out with doing Beauty and the Beast at this little Eagle Foundation thing, and then I auditioned for Chip at the CV high school. I did not get that, but I still got to be like an ensemble kid. And then I auditioned for Matilda at my school, and I got to play the role of Matilda, which was actually a really fun experience.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then
okay.
we're doing Willy Wonka right now, and we have 20 days till opening night. And I played Charlie Bucket, which is really fun too.
That's cool. Okay, very
Some big
good.
roles there.
Yeah, so you got like the #1 roles twice now. Dude, that's pound it. That's awesome. Good for you. That's cool.
you.
No, you're very welcome. So that's awesome, man. I think that's very smart. Like when you said doing covers and everything, I think that's a really good idea, especially at your age, to kind of keep figuring out where your range is and keep your skills like sharp, because it also allows you to try different things whenever if you're not writing like that, you hear something, you're like, oh, I wonder if I can do that. That's a really good way to do that. That's how I taught myself how to sing, was through covers and stuff like that. So it can be a tremendous help, and you're starting at the right age as well. So I mean, that's perfect. I mean, dude, I'm excited to see what you do. I'm excited to hear your Sweet Child of Mine. I'm excited to see like what you do moving forward here. Maybe we'll have to come out and check one of your musicals out and see how you're performing. I do love the movie Matilda, so I would like to go see that one. Not a big fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I would come see it. I would come see it because you're there, so I would do that. But dude, thank you so much for coming out and talking to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Great.
Penny,
Thank
you have a great time.
Yes.
Thank you. You
Pleasure
too.
meeting. Oh.
And we are here with Carmine Gontz. Carmine, it's a pleasure to see you again, man. This is the third time now, and dude, you have been doing incredible stuff. I remember seeing you the first time. I was like, okay. I was like, this guy's got an interesting style. I wonder where it's gonna go, where it's gonna take him. And your sheet here that we have, you're just crushing it right now. So please fill us in. Tell us what's been going on since the past year since we've talked to you.
Thank you. I've been working on a lot of new music. The song I'm performing today is an original called Lost in Space.
Okay.
I'm going to the studio to work with that song, but I have a song recorded now that I have a music video filmed for that's so amazing. I filmed it with Tom Flynn, who's worked with some of my favorite bands like Killswitch Engage and some really cool metal bands. So that video is dope.
That is crazy.
It's going to be awesome when I release it. I think I'm hoping for next month that I start releasing these songs, but I don't want to rush anything. I want to make sure I have everything as good as I can have it. So
absolutely.
Yeah, working with new music and stuff. And
dude, I gotta say too, this is one thing that I'm noticing. I remember the first time we interviewed you, and this is a good thing, but you were a lot more nervous. You were a lot more like whatever, but you are just so relaxed and confident, and just, dude, it's really cool to see like how you have progressed like as a musician and being confident like in your craft and everything. So it's really cool to see. But I just wanted to let you know I did recognize that, and it's very cool.
I really appreciate that.
Of course, man. So you also were on Baba Rally as well, correct?
Yeah.
You guys did wildly successful with that cover.
Thank
you
you.
guys got a lot of coverage on that. What was that like?
Oh, it was amazing to be recognized by like Roger Daltrey. That's crazy. I never would have thought that would have happened.
Yeah.
But the experience was amazing recording it, and everyone did an amazing job, and I'm super excited for the next song we do with the band.
Dude, you're just like throwing out like working with the music video producer of Killswitch Engage, Robert Daltrey, and say, oh yeah, cool, good for you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, very good for you. That's really cool, man. So, where after this music video release and after this album release, what's the next step? What are you thinking? Where are your gears turning towards?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure about my future. I want to keep working with my music. I'm considering college with like a music business degree and stuff, but
we got a perfect guy to put you in contact with.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. But I just want to be a performer. I want to put my music out. Keep doing what I love and see where everything goes, I guess,
Dude, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love, this is why we love doing the Youth Music Showcase, because we've kind of, in a way, we've gotten to see you grow like as a person and as a musician, and it's just really cool to see how some of this stuff kind of comes around full circle here. So, dude, I'm really excited to hear this. I do know I'm not going to talk about it because someone put it in our ear that there's something really cool coming out soon. I'm not going to talk about it, though, and I'm not going to give specifics, but I'm really excited to hear about the secret project that you've been on.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, yeah.
That's all we'll say. We'll say stay tuned. We don't want to break any contracts right now. But I'm very excited. I'll say color me impressed with what I know is involved with that project and what you have done.
Yes.
Absolutely color me
actually,
impressed.
with all that, we've seen how much you've grown over the past 3 years meeting with you, and, you've seen what's attainable from your realm. What do you see next being like another big step for you in your career?
I'm putting you on the spot. So.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess I just want to keep putting myself out there, maybe throwing my music in front of, like sending it to a lot of like labels or famous people and try to see if something crazy happens, or just keep
crazier things have
working.
happened.
I was gonna say, with what you've achieved so far, man, that that wouldn't be a long shot for you. I don't think
you have a pretty stacked resume now.
Yes.
Like, especially for like at your age. Yeah, you're doing all right. I'd say you have a pretty good shot just sending it out there. You're gonna try and gig anywhere?
Yeah, I plan on still gigging everywhere in the area. I do a lot of gigs up in the northeastern PA area and some in like the Catskills up there, but I'm doing some gigs up here. I just played in Gettysburg this weekend a few times, and
very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you feeling on stage? Like how's it feel to be on stage? Is it still like kind of nerve wracking, or is it more like therapy and you're like like this is where I want to be?
I don't get too nervous with guitar and singing. I want to get better more maybe with just singing without the guitar, like loose on the stage. But
what do I do with my hands?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You said Ricky Bobby in it. Yeah, I get that because being a primary vocalist, and everything, I really did have to practice on like, looking at the size of the space that you have and then kind of dominating that space without inconveniencing your band members, because you can't just stand there like a statue the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. So, I mean, dude, Amir is going to be your best friend when you do that. And
Yeah.
just put on your favorite songs, figure out what works for you. That's what I did, and that's how I got better at my stage presence as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you
Did you
so
have anything?
much.
I was just saying, where can we find your music?
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere once I release it. I still haven't released the songs yet,
Okay.
but once they're out, they'll be on all streaming platforms. And keep an eye out on my social media pages, my Facebook and Instagram, and announcements. And yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, dude, again, it was a pleasure, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to seeing you perform then, man. But
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We are back with the Alex Lee Warner. It's been 3 years now that we get to see you again. It's so good to see you, man.
So good to see you.
Yeah. Alan's over there.
Yep. Sorry.
I was going to start crying if you didn't shake my hand.
Dude, so
Sorry,
you're always doing a lot. What's been going on with you since the last time we saw you?
It's been quite a busy 3 years.
Yeah?
I've been playing a lot. As anybody knows, if you go on and you check out my stuff, you know that I've been down in Nashville, Memphis, even Mississippi, which was an incredible experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll also know that I have released my first original, and that was very, very special to me because it took a while for me to figure out how to get into songwriting, lyricism. But I knew with this song, when I wrote it, I was actually originally supposed to sing on it. But I actually had changed my mind on that and realized that it would have been way better with a vocal singer that is female, just because it had that soulful thing to it. And I feel like I couldn't pull that off. So I had Danica Shirey. She was on The Voice. She's an incredible, absolutely phenomenal singer. She came in. She sung the whole thing. We made some revisions to lyrics too, but as soon as she sung on that, it was like the fairy dust on top of the song. It was absolutely incredible.
That's super cool, man. Also,
Yeah.
that's a super mature musician way of thinking. You're like, hey, this is my thing, and I know it was originally I was supposed to sing it, but recognizing the flow and the creative process of the project, and you're actually having someone else on here would do the song more justice. So you're writing for the right reasons, everything, and you're making the right choices. So that's a very intelligent thing to be able to do, especially at your age.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome, man. That's awesome. So Danica Shirey, she's from The Voice. What I got to know is, I mean, you're working with a lot of big name people. So I'm just gonna, just for the cameras, how are you pulling this off, man? What's your secret sauce?
What's your
secret sauce?
I wouldn't say that I have secret sauce. I just happen to run into people very unexpectedly at random times.
I mean, you also happen to be super talented too. So you run into these people and hey, would you? Well, how good are you? And you're you do your whole thing, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, normally I just said I'm pretty good.
Hey, super humble, man.
Yeah.
Humbleness gets you places, but
Yeah.
when they can put you on the spot, you're like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and on that song, Peace, Love, Blues, make sure you go check it out on Spotify and all streaming platforms. There was also a really incredible drummer on that, Ed Toth, the original Vertical Horizon drummer and currently Doobie Brothers drummer.
Oh.
I also had Bobby Gentello do the producing and the bass on that. Thanks. Huge shout out to Bobby. It would have never happened without him. And Nate Young on the keys, and then of course me on the guitar, lyrics, and yeah.
Dude,
that's so
it's really cool, man. I'm super stoked for you. I mean, but out of all of this, then too, you also have multiple nominations this year as well.
Yeah. I was a little shocked myself by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of to be expected. I mean, dude, you
certainly earned it.
Yeah, This
Thank
didn't
you.
just fall into your lap. I mean, you're very dedicated to your craft. I remember the first time we interviewed you, we were blown away because we're like, oh, how much do you practice? You're like, I practice for 8 hours a day, or whatever. And I was like, dude, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, 8 hours, sometimes 10. And I'm just like, I was like, oh my God, dude, this kid is dedicated.
Yeah.
So-
It's not as much anymore. I've cut it down quite a bit. It's about 4 to 6 hours a day now.
Do you feel like that also comes with like the skill? Like you've gotten to a level that you're like, okay, I'm at a high enough level that I don't need to be like refining it that much right now. Like I'm already good enough, but like I obviously want to keep getting better.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like a scalability thing. Like
I've figured out ways to kind of make it a little bit more compact, so I can still work on stuff that, you know, makes sense for me, and it's also efficient at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's about the same amount of work. It's a lot similar to like, for say, how like bodybuilders like work and go to the gym and that kind of thing, and you know, they're not going to be there for like 3 hours. They're going to be there for a certain amount of time and keep it as fast.
So you figured out how to do power sets essentially for your practicing.
Yeah.
That's very well.
What is your practice like? Are you practicing? Are you writing original music? Are you doing covers? Are you doing both? Like, what does the practice for you look like?
For me, I do a lot of improvisation.
Okay.
So it's always me trying to figure out, you know, different chord voicings and how to take that note, mix that note, and make those two work. Or, you know, a lot of times what I do now is I've been actually, and this goes against everything, like all my principles, because I don't normally do it, but I've been doing it thanks to Rick Sexton.
Okay.
And I actually learned that if you practice the major scale with the tempo, like a metronome, and you just keep running through it on the beat, double the beat, or slightly off the beat, like every second beat, that's been really, really helping me with, you know, timing and that kind of stuff. And
for sure.
Stuff like that.
But with your creative process you're doing here, you're essentially taking, you see the box and you're like, okay, so that's the box. And you're like, okay, I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to just throw it on the ground over there. And you're like, I'm going to figure out and create my own box with like making those chords and those notes and like figuring out how to make them work, which is, I think is like really, really cool. And also like really brave, especially at your stage. But you're like, yeah, I don't need a box. Like I'm going to create my own box.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool, man. And that's what makes artists unique.
Yeah. And sometimes I do steal from other boxes too. So.
Oh wait, is that your box? Oh, your box looks way cooler than mine. I'm just gonna take that piece and I'm gonna put that in my box now.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we all do it.
That's exactly what music is about.
Yeah.
But dude, I am super excited to hear you play today. I'm super excited for everything that you've got going on moving forward. Any other big things that you want to talk about right now that might be coming up?
Well, I'll say this. There definitely will be another couple original songs coming out soon.
Okay.
For sure. I'm actually writing some right now that I might even put into like a album or some kind of LP thing.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking about releasing maybe another one this year or maybe next year, at the start of next year. So, yeah, things are starting to look up.
What would you say your catalog is at right now? Like, how many songs do you think you got in the bank right now?
About like 3 or 4. 4 good ones.
Okay, 3 or 4
the other
good
ones.
They still need work. It's okay. Everything needs refined. That's okay. But
Yeah.
okay, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm stoked. Where can people find, in case they missed it earlier, through everything else that was going on, just to hit it right here, where can everyone find your music?
I'm really easy to find. If you just look up Alex Lee Warner, I'll pop up on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, every little thing you can think of. I'm always coming up. So,
dude, that's awesome, man. Pleasure seeing you again, man.
Pleasure seeing
dude,
you.
And thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's always a pleasure.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go. We fixed it. And we are here with Blank Page, comprised of Jack and Avery. Pleasure to meet you guys. I'm going to shake your hand there real quick. Nice to meet you guys.
Pleasure to meet you.
Go around that way. We'll go around that way. Trying to put a little humor in here. So, how'd you guys, I just got to be honest, because I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was a typo on our sheet with Blank Page. How'd you guys come up with Blank Page?
Yeah, so it's from a Grammy-nominated song from the Warren Treaty, which at the time we picked it was not a Grammy-nominated song, and then they blew up. And it's actually a funny story because so the Warren Treaty, if you don't know them, they're kind of a country Americana gospel. They do everything, but they can sing their butts off. They're incredibly talented.
Okay.
And so we got the name from their song, and then last August they actually invited us to sing with them at their sold-out show in DC.
What?
So it was like the craziest thing. We're like, are you like, did they send this to us? Is this the real message?
It's insane.
But then we've been connected with Max Brown, their guitarist, was so kind. He produced our latest single, Flower, which is out now, and a few more songs that are on the way. But that's where we got the name from, is their music, and they've been a great inspiration and nothing but
huge
helpful to our
inspiration.
career.
Them
Yeah.
and their band. Their band also worked
Mhm.
with us on some of our upcoming pieces and Flower, which is out now. And our first debut single that we released last August called Simple Love Song. They have just been huge helps in getting us kicked off. So
That does not happen very often. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
That is
That's
so
awesome.
cool.
Working. So you obviously got some originals out and everything. What's the plan moving forward here? What are the goals? What are the goalposts that you guys are trying to achieve right now?
Yeah, so we're headed to Tennessee for college in the fall.
Okay.
And we've got some more original songs on the way, but definitely just trying to get it out there in country music.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was really
You guys going to Tennessee specifically, try to be like close to the Memphis area
In
so
the
you can
music
kind of
scene,
really
yeah.
hammer that.
Yeah.
That's really smart. That's really smart. What you guys going to what college you guys thinking?
Middle Tennessee State University, so
Okay.
Murfreesboro.
She said it just like it was like one of those like college reviews. Like it's like if she was a professional, they're talking about where they went to school. She just rattled it off. You were ready. You had that locked and loaded. She was ready. But congratulations, that's awesome.
Is there going to be a lot of like opportunity for like playing live gigs there and stuff where you're going, like at the actual college itself, or just like a surrounding area? Or?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes from Nashville.
Oh, perfect.
So last summer we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, got into their advanced songwriting camp.
Oh, wow.
So we performed at the Ford Theater there, so we kind of already have some inroads and connections with Nashville. And
that's awesome.
That's
great
perfect.
friends down there.
Yeah, so you already have kind of an in, so you can just get a head start and then get down there and hit the road, basically.
Yeah,
That's awesome. And you guys are nominated for Best Youth Music Band or Best Youth Band right now this year. How does that make you feel, guys?
Incredible. We're so grateful, so honored. We're so excited to go to our first award show, and we're just honored to be a part of it.
I was just going to ask, I was like, have you guys ever been to it yet? Have you guys ever been to the CPMAs?
This will be our first time.
How long have you guys been playing music together?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, we met at, we go to the same high school. We actually go to an art school. It's called Carver Center in Towson, Maryland. And we met there, and he saw me singing because we have primes. It's like, everyone's like, what's a prime? Every time we're like, we're in different primes. And it's like a magnet school, but it's a public magnet school. It's not private. And I'm in the vocal prime. He's in the digital instrumental music prime. So I was singing at one of our events because there's a lot of opportunities there. Obviously, it's an art school. And he saw me singing, and he was like, come on, let's get together and go play some shows. So we started playing a lot locally, and since then it's just blew up.
It's been
fast.
magic.
Yeah.
Seems like it's just been magic. Because, I mean, you guys got a lot of good opportunities. But, no, I'm really excited for you guys. The CPMAs are great. We've been there multiple times already now. I mean, everyone's dressed to the nine. I mean, it's going to be it's awesome. It feels just like the Grammys, especially for, like, the local scene and everything. But, I mean, I don't really feel like you guys need more connections right now. I think you guys are you guys probably have a couple like in the back pocket, but there's definitely connections to be made there. Because I mean, as you guys know, networking is everything.
Yes.
So I mean, yeah, definitely be ready to talk to people, network, do all your thing. But I mean, it sounds like you guys got a pretty solid plan here moving forward. I'm very excited for you guys. I'm very excited to hear you guys' song today as well. Where can people find all your music? Where can they find everything?
Yes, we've got 2 songs out now, Flower and Simple Love Song, which are both out on all streaming platforms, and then we're on all social media at Blank Page Duo Music.
I feel like Blank Page, that was such a good marketing pick too. Just be like, because like, what are you gonna
It
do?
gets
Like,
people talking. They're like, "What's that?" Like,
and someone's like Google like Blank Page template and like, oh, did you mean music? And you're like, yeah, you're getting the views. It's really smart. So hey, thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk with us.
Thank you for
having us. It was
having
a pleasure
us.
meeting both of you.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
It's so
of
nice
course,
to meet
you're very welcome.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you guys at the CPMAs. Don't be
Yes.
afraid to come say hi. Then.
Yes, please. Yeah, we'll be out
Awesome.
Thank you.
Until next time, guys.
there.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
We're here with Jake Rollins, singer-songwriter from Central PA. Tell us a little bit more about you and your music career. How did you get into music, and where are you at now?
Well, my family has always been very big into music. Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. I just want to make sure they hear you, man.
I understand. Yeah, my family's always been big into music. My grandfather, he grew up playing music in a band, and they're called Buffalo Crossroads. I've always listened to their music. I love their music.
I feel like I've definitely heard that name
Yeah, it
before,
sounds
too.
familiar.
It sounds really familiar.
They were a pretty big local band back, I don't even know, the 90s, early 2000s.
It's like 2,000 years for you.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, I've always grown up listening to a lot of music. I mean, everything from metal to like jazz.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I love everything. I mean,
that's awesome. So what drew you to the guitar?
Again, my mom and my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, they both played, and I picked up my mom's guitar, and I loved it ever since.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So you listen to anything from metal to
Yeah.
jazz, but today you're going to be performing "Cold" by Chris
Yeah.
Stapleton. So
Mhm.
is this kind of like a tribute back to like the family roots and everything, and like how it kind of what inspired you?
I love Chris Stapleton.
I mean, it's not a bad answer. That's a good answer.
He's
Can't go
great.
wrong.
Absolutely.
He is a good. He's great. So with that, any kind of plans on like gigging? Any plans on like taking this a little bit further?
Yeah.
What's your plan? What's your path right now?
I'd love to just get my name out there a little bit more, keep playing some shows, and just let the world hear me.
I mean, you could really make a presence by just, if you want to go find out if you want to gig there, you can just like walk through the wall.
Well, yeah.
And just like tell them and be like, hey, I want to play music here, and they're like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, sure.
I'll be fuming out my ears. They have to say yes.
They're not gonna say no.
They're not gonna say no.
They have to.
They have to, because you're not gonna give them an option. No,
Absolutely. That look in my eye.
I got that crazy look in
I
my
do.
eye. That's awesome.
There's something not there.
So you picked Chris Stapleton to cover.
Mhm.
Any other favorite artists to cover? Any other fan favorites?
I love Alice in Chains.
Ooh, okay.
I was in like a punk and grunge band, and we do a lot of Alice in Chains and
Very
other
cool
stuff like that.
So you do another band outside of just your solo music? Oh,
yeah. We're called Paradox.
Good name, band. That's a good band name. I like that. I like it.
We play a bunch of local shows.
Have you guys played at the New Champ yet?
No.
Are you guys trying to get into the New Champ?
Didn't know about it yet.
Okay, well, we can talk about this off record. There's a whole thing to go with the champ and the legacy of the champ. But that's awesome, man. So are you trying to balance both? You think you're going to try to take more time and focus on yourself, put more time into the band? What are you thinking here?
Well, right now we're in the middle of making an album, recording an album.
Very cool.
And that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's an experience.
It's difficult, but it's pretty awesome.
Everyone's like, oh, I want to go record, and then you like go through the recording process, and you're like, this is actually like really tough. Yeah,
it is.
Very monotonous.
It is, and it takes a lot of time, and you're like, I got here at 9, and you're like, wow, it's 1 a.m. and like, cool, like first song's done. That's awesome, man.
Do I get food now?
Can I eat now, please?
Yeah.
But no, that's awesome, man. Dude, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to hear what you do. You've got a great attitude. You've got a great sense of humor. You've been taking all the jokes. Like, dude, that's been perfect. But I'm really excited to hear what you're going to do, man. And with that, I'm going to just say thanks for taking the time to come and talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you. We are here with CZ Mo of Mojo. It is so good to see you again. We saw you last year. And last year you won the Judge's Choice. Is that correct?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
You guys were a curveball, like
crushed it.
Yeah. Like I did not know what I expected when you guys got up there, but I just remembered I was like I was grooving with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our goal. We like to have fun and make others have fun on stage. So
that's awesome. So what have you guys been up to in the past year? Tell us everything that's transpired since then.
I mean, honestly, since the boys started going to Millersville, there's been just a little bit of a hiatus. It's just been harder to get together and rehearse a lot, which is why I have been practicing a lot by myself. So I'm excited to showcase my solo abilities today.
I'm excited to see it, man.
Me too.
You guys, like I said, you guys crushed it. So they're going to Millersville now. You're still working on yourself?
I'm still at Hack. I'm graduating this semester with my associates in graphic and interactive design, and then I plan to go to Millersville for music production.
Very cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be working with Dr. Bariatics, right?
Maybe.
Possibly. We'll fact check this later. Yeah, you'll love Barry.
Okay.
He's a very great guy.
All right.
So what song are you going to be performing for us today?
It is an original I've been working on. It's called Diane.
Diane.
All right.
Okay, what's the inspiration behind this, if we're allowed to ask?
Okay, so like a lot of great musicians, I am having a hard time in therapy. So I'm just losing my mind.
Okay, and this is kind of like your outlet for all of that then?
I guess, yeah.
Hey, that's... Yeah,
hey, it's good.
Exactly. Trauma creates some of the best music, unfortunately, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be performing alone today. Are you gonna be playing guitar or piano?
I'm doing piano, which is new for me. I mean, I've always been a pianist, but I haven't played like by myself in a while because I always just made Joe do all the hard piano parts. But now I'm writing them and learning them myself. So
hey, but you're growing as a musician.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Piano is one of the best things you can learn as a musician.
Yeah, I started actually on piano. I took piano lessons when I was 8 years old, and I just slowly started transitioning more over to guitar when COVID hit around that time, and since then, like, I let piano go to the wayside, but this past, like, these few months, I've just been really addicted to it, so I've been going more at it.
I feel like you can also put like a lot more emotion into like piano, like initial emotional response from piano sound.
And it's a lot easier for me to do melodic stuff because on guitar I view it as shapes, and I have limited shapes to really like, especially solo, because you'd have a lead guitar and a rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
But with piano, you're kind of doing rhythm in the left hand and lead in the right hand half the time. So
that was a really interesting way of it. I'm just gonna ask, can you elaborate on like you view guitar as like shapes? Like,
because I'm thinking like chords. With guitar, especially with like bar chords, you can play many different chords with the same shape. Like the F shape can also be G, G sharp, so forth. If you just go up the fretboard, I'm like not thinking about it. I'm just thinking of different positions per se. Whereas piano, I'm thinking, oh, I know this is a C sharp I'm playing right here because I know that note. Yeah, it's probably just because I started out as a pianist that I see it that way.
Dude, that's really cool though.
Yeah.
Like it's always interesting to see how each musician kind of views music and processes music and everything. And I gotta say, that's probably one of the most unique answers I've ever got. But it might be like one of my favorites because you're like, oh yeah, guitar's like shapes to me, and I was like, make that make sense.
Yeah.
I want to know how that makes sense.
That's a response
that was really cool.
I get a lot. I say things and they don't necessarily make sense to people.
No, I think that's brilliant.
I think it's because you just might be smarter than some of them. I wasn't up to par.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I wasn't up to par. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm really excited to see what you do, and I wish you absolutely the best of luck on this
Thank you so
performance.
much.
Where can people find your guys' music with the Mojo band?
Well, Mojo is on Instagram at Mojo Band. I'm also on Instagram at CZMo, and I'm also on Spotify and Apple Music.
Are you releasing music on your own right
Yeah.
now? It's just,
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Well, CZ, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I really am like not just saying that. I'm excited to see like how you do tonight.
Thank you.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Pleasure seeing you again, man.
You as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And we are here with Johalys Bencosme.
Yeah, there you go.
I did it. I was really scared I was going to mess it up. But I'm
Good job,
happy.
Alan.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So I understand you're going to be playing When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So fill me in. What was the inspiration for this song choice and everything?
I was more interested in like the classic piano and voice only. You know, nowadays with modern music, there's always like auto-tune and, you know, all the different voices. And, you know, I like that too.
Yeah.
But there's just something about a person singing and playing, like, it's like intimate almost.
Just like raw.
Just
like
raw.
Yeah.
So I'm more like
good point.
Bruno Mars, Adele. Well, she doesn't play it, but it's just more piano and singing.
Yeah.
Adele, John Legend. Like, I just like more classic. And I feel like it's not as common nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. They kind of they do all their big like professional production type stuff, and then they just do like those like one-off things as like a special or something. It's like a every once in a while type thing, and you're like, no, you like that as like your everyday thing kind of. That's awesome. And you also play the ukulele, correct?
I do, yeah.
I know Danny has a soft spot for the ukulele.
Ukulele. Yeah, I started playing when I was like 13.
I'll play that song with the ukulele then next time.
You should,
I got you
absolutely.
for that.
Oh, she said I got you.
I got
So
you.
she's right. That's awesome. So what made you pick the ukulele then?
It's easy for me because I have small hands and I couldn't like, with guitar. Like I have to like stretch my hands over.
That's actually a
so,
really
like,
good point.
Ukulele is like more of like it matches my vibe, low key. And
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and it was easier for me personally.
That's true.
It's
that
a
makes
very
sense.
fun
Yeah, it's like
instrument to
4
play
strings.
too.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you recently played at Penn Square?
Oh yeah, the Young Musician Academy. Yeah, I did that too.
What was that experience like?
My first event ever. Like it was surreal, and I felt like I was like, but it was fun. I had a fun time. I sang John Legend. What's it called? All of Me.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
All
Another
of Me.
great
Yeah,
one.
another good one, a classic.
Dude, you're picking some like big shoes. Like so, I'm just saying because I've not heard you personally yet. So like, I'm very excited because you're like. Next, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Rocket Man by Elton John," and I'm gonna be like, "Okay."
I'm open to it.
Dude, I'm color me impressed. Like that's very cool, especially for that to be like your first like live performance. That's a very big song. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. Very cool.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, what's your plan after this? I mean, you're performing here at the Youth Music Showcase. What are your goals? What's your path that you're trying to go down?
Well, for now, I was just thinking about throwing myself out there, trying to find anywhere I could just sing
and be myself, but I've always wanted to have my own album.
Okay.
I haven't stepped foot into those waters yet, but I was hoping like these events could push me forward because
Yeah.
I don't really have any experience on writing songs and writing my own album. But I've always had a dream to sing in a recording booth with the headphones, and like I that was my dream. Like,
Hey,
since I was little.
Not that hard to attain, you know. So you could definitely do it, especially if you're out playing these types of shows and performing the songs that you are already playing. Like I remember when I first started playing music, I started with covers like everybody
Right.
else, and within a year, I was already writing my own music.
That
So
gets me so
I don't know
excited.
how long have you been playing music?
It's probably been teaching myself for like half a year. So just playing things by ear nowadays.
Wow,
is
wait,
all-
okay,
Pause,
so
yeah.
hold up.
You've been teaching yourself for half a year, and you're already out there performing, singing, and playing piano. John Legend, and now Bruno Mars.
Okay, I'm gonna have a confession. I didn't play the piano for John Legend.
Okay.
But I am playing tonight. Yeah, piano. I
That
started
is
to step
phenomenal.
forward. So
That is awesome. I will tell you, everything that you're looking for, and you're trying to branch out to kind of make these connections, being with the Youth Music Showcase, being with the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame, they are definitely the people that will help you get those kinds of connections. They'll get you networked with the right people and stuff like that. All you got to do, what you're already doing, is be courageous enough to take that step forward, put yourself out there, talk to people. But this is definitely the place that you will meet those people and get that networking that you need for sure.
Thank you so much.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for your time.
course.
Is there any? I guess you don't have any music recorded yet, but looking forward to it in the future. So
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to your performance, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. We're here with Lydia Mowers. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Of course, yeah. Singer-songwriter from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Today you're going to be performing a cover by Lainey Wilson. I already forgot the name. Hit
Things
us
the
with-
man ought to know.
Things
Of
course.
course.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Something you ought to know.
Well, that is super cool. So tell us a little bit more about you and your journey as a musician.
Well, I've played for about 2 years now. Played the guitar, started singing. I've always loved singing since I was like, I don't know, born. But it's something that I really like to do for fun, and that's why I came here today, just to get to know some people, get to sing for fun. Mark Facazio, not my gym teacher, my guitar teacher, he's actually he's been helping me. He got me a gig at Big Hill Cider. Shout out to them. And I'm excited to play and see what I can do today. Yeah.
That's super cool.
That's awesome. So you just this is like your I'm getting tongue-tied.
Words are tough.
Yeah, this is your version of kind of like dipping your toes in the water and seeing if,
Yes,
like,
yeah.
do I want to put more effort into this? Do I
Yes.
want to make this more of like a full-time like effort type
Yeah.
thing? And that's very cool. I mean, how's it feel taking those steps?
I got nervous coming up here today, even doing the sound check, but I'm really excited to just see if this is something that I want to keep doing in the future, because I love doing it and having fun with it. So yeah.
That's all. I mean, really, that's all it takes. You
Yeah.
got to put yourself out there,
Yeah.
because you don't know if you're gonna like it if you don't try it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
100%. So, what made you pick Lainey Wilson and
Well,
that song specifically?
Out of personal experience, I just love her, country music in general, and she's become a big star. I got to see her live at a concert, so I was like, I can sing her. I love listening to it, so why not?
I mean,
Every
what
time.
better reason?
And
Yeah.
things a man ought to know. Yeah,
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
She's like, I changed that song at last minute because I realized I could do wordplay with this during the entire interview.
Exactly.
So over the last 2 years, what do you think would be like your biggest growth as a musician?
Honestly, probably just, I haven't taken voice lessons, but connecting like strumming with singing was really hard at first, but it kind of just, from personal experience, it was hard to connect those two, but it was fun to like learn through that and get to play different songs. Like as soon as you learn like the basic chords, it's like you can play like so many songs, and it's fun to get to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get that, C, G, C, E, A, D,
Yeah.
F, you
And
get
you can
that
play
down.
like millions of songs. It's amazing.
Millions,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But then, like you were saying, getting down the strumming with the singing, like that's the
Mhm.
hardest part. And then finally you get that breaking point.
Yeah.
You break through it, and you're like, oh, I can do anything now.
Yes. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool part.
That is awesome. So, country. Is that your main? Is that your main
That
forte?
is definitely the main forte. Yes.
Okay. I mean, I like country. I like
Yeah.
country. You ever think about dipping your feet in the metal scene too?
I could do it a little, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit. That's definitely my stepdad's forte, so I definitely could do that a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not that, but I do love the country though too.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
what you can do here with the Lainey
Yeah,
Wilson
me
and
too.
everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, if this goes well, let's say you make the right connections, you
Yes.
do the right networking and everything. What would you want to say your next step would be? Like, if you had the choice, like, what would be your next first step?
I think getting into a studio or starting to write songs in general would be a lot of fun, because I can play the basics. You can write a song off the basics. So I think it would be interesting to just start writing and have fun with that.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, you've got your head on straight. You got a plan. Now all you got to do is just stick to it. And honestly, I'm excited to hear this. I mean, you seem very confident that you can sing the song. So I'm excited to hear how this goes. But I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you make all these connections. And I honestly hope it becomes something you do want to do a little bit more full time.
So. Yeah, thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, ma'am.
Yep, pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. All right, everybody, that about does it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Alan, it was super neat getting to see these students again this year and, of course, obviously meeting the new ones as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to see the growth that some of the returning artists have had. And, you know, we get to go sit down and listen to them perform now. So we get to see some of the new ones and see how they're going to do. But, hey, until next year, you know where to find us. Same channel, same time, every year. Have a good one, guys.